United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Greg, welcome. Roll call, please.
Oh, I got it here.
Okay.
Mr. Campbell?
Here.
Mr. Jones?
Here.
Mr. Keefe?
Here.
Ms. Pringle?
Yes. Here.
Mr. Ring is absent. Mr. Baki?
Here.
And Mayor?
Here. All right, so it looks like Councilmember Ring is out tonight. He did make us aware last meeting that he would be not able to attend tonight. So I will leave it up to you guys based on that, if that's something that you would like to make a motion to excuse him on.
I'll make a motion to excuse. I'll second.
Councilmember Jones has made the motion. Councilmember Baki has provided the second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Campbell?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Keefe?
Yes.
Ms. Pringle?
Yes.
Mr. Ring? Oh, not Mr. Ring. Mr. Baki?
Yes.
Rookie error.
All right, motion passes. Thank you, guys. All right, on the agenda up next, we have our public comment, and unfortunately tonight we don't have anybody with us, so a little different of the night. They must be enjoying the Reds game. It's probably what it is, so. All right, so we'll move right along. We'll start with our department reports, and Travis, we're gonna start with you. Police and fire, anything to or I'm sorry, fire, do you have anything on fire since Joey's not here
I think
tonight?
we're on the wrong. I think the right. No, you're on the March 12th.
Hold on, guys, let's steal it. Sorry, let's go back a little bit. Alright, so we're gonna move on to general business. Sorry, technology issue here, I'll figure that out. So in your packet, item 4.1, we have an appropriation that is in there. So Councilmember Campbell, if you could read that by title for us.
Sure. An annual appropriation ordinance for the village of Georgetown.
Alright,
This is the permanent appropriations as we talked last time. We had the temporary appropriations that we adopted in December. This just makes them permanent. And as mentioned at the last meeting, the main change, the big change on there was we added the amount for this pass-through grant for the visitor center and streetscape project. So
and as always, I will echo that, especially for some of our newer council members, if you have not sat down with Travis and Greg regarding the budget and really kind of how that works, because it is a little different than the private sector, I would highly encourage you to do so. That being said, are there any questions about this appropriation? If not, I will certainly entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Councilmember Jones has made a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Second provided by Councilmember Keefe. Roll call, please.
okay, let's see here. Oops, what is wrong? There we go. All right, Mr. Campbell,
Yes.
Mr. Jones,
Yes.
Mr. Keefe,
Yes.
Ms. Pringle,
Yes.
Mr. Baki.
Yes.
All right, motion passes. Thank you.
And that will be ordinance number 1412, 1412.
All right, ordinance number 1412. Thank you, Greg. All right, and we have another ordinance on page 4.2. Councilmember Campbell, if you can read that by title.
Sure. An ordinance approving, adopting, and enacting a portion of American Legal Publishing's Ohio Basic Code 2026 edition as the code of ordinances for traffic and criminal offenses in the village of Georgetown and declaring an emergency.
All right. And Travis or Sean?
So this is what we adopt every, well, I'm sorry, Chief, you can talk on this.
What's that? Oh, on
The
the
Ohio
ordinances?
Basic Code.
Yeah, that's just what we adopt every year. It's the new updates on any of the new laws, changes that are effective as of 2026. Sometimes they change, sometimes they don't, but it emulates it kind of mirrors the Ohio Revised Code, all of the wordage there. And that's what we use in our mayor's court, to charge people locally here.
And we always wait until we receive the books to do this, but once we get those, we like to get it on, get it in effect as soon as possible, and that's why we have the emergency clause there.
I would also add that one of the things that once we adopted a zoning code and some other ordinances that we have, solicitation ordinances and things, we only adopt the criminal and traffic portion of it. The rest of it is covered by the ordinances that you pass here as a council. So that's why it says portions.
All right, any questions? If not, I will certainly entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the ordinance.
Councilmember Bakke has made the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second provided by Councilmember Campbell. Roll call, please.
Mr. Campbell?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Keefe?
Yes.
Ms. Pringle?
Yes.
Mr. Bakke?
Yes.
All right, motion passes, and that's ordinance number
Read ordinance number 1413, 1413.
1413. All right, moving right along, we are in our roundtable portion of the meeting. I'm going to start to my left here with Councilmember Bakke. Anything for the group tonight?
Nothing this evening.
Councilmember Campbell?
I have nothing.
Councilmember Keefe?
Yeah, I just wanted to thank Travis for sitting down with me for 2 hours probably this morning to go over the budget you were talking about and answer a bunch of my questions. And if there is anybody listening tonight, I would like them to be aware, we do have the sidewalk program. I talked to Travis about that today as well, and Mike Click, our zoning guy, and it's a pretty good program and people need to take advantage of it, and it's there, it's in place, so just come on out and talk to Travis or one of us about it, and
It's definitely an avenue to help get sidewalks repaired. That's for sure. We'd like to see it more utilized. Awesome. Anything else, Councilmember Keefe? You've done a really nice job of really reaching out and looking for avenues to build your education around the village, and that's certainly appreciated. So I'm glad you sat down with Travis today. Thank you.
I like to talk, so
That's all good.
they'll probably get tired of me being up there.
I think we like it when people ask questions and want to learn, so that's good. It helps all of us, so thank you. All right, Councilmember Jones.
No, ma'am, nothing tonight.
All right, Councilmember Pringle.
Nothing this evening.
All right, Councilmember Ring is out. Chief, anything for us tonight?
Real quick, I kind of feel like the audible out now, nobody's asking any questions, but I just wanted to tell you guys about the 2 new cars that we got. I'm sure you've probably seen them rolling around there, and they came out really good, they're beautiful. But a couple meetings ago, I talked about buying 2 used ones. I found really 2 good deals from the same company that we purchased the previous 2 from. I was able to haggle them down a little bit, saved us like $4 grand on the purchase. They shipped them to us for free. 2020 and a 2021 utility vehicles, Ford Utility Explorers. One's got 68,000 and the other one's got 58,000 miles on them. The cool thing that we're kind of experimenting with these 2 is they're both hybrids, so they're gas and electric. I had talked about in the previous meetings about our issue isn't really the driving miles, it's the running time, the idle time. So with these hybrids, they don't run when they're sitting still. So that's going to help save us a lot of engine hours on there. But I got one of them parked out here if you guys want to take a look at it on your way out, somewhere out there in the parking lot. So if you got any questions on it, let me know.
And I will also say Sean doesn't always toot his own horn, but certainly something he brought to my attention this week that I was unaware of is he really does stay well educated on what's going on within his field essentially. And he found that police are essentially able to sign up for an auction through the state. And through that, there's confiscated items that are offered to police departments for free. And it's kind of a wonky way of how you gotta get it. It almost seems like first come, first serve. But Sean actually stayed active in that and was able to secure a Hummer for police use and a couple of golf carts, which might seem like, why do we need golf carts? But at the same time, they're free. And so if he was able to secure them, you know, it's something that he can repurpose, and they only have to hold them a year. And then they could potentially, if so chose, they could resell them. So, I thought that was pretty unique and pretty cool on his part, to be out there looking for things like that. So I don't know what he's gonna do with everything, and he probably doesn't know either yet, but heck, if it's out there and it's offered to the police department and it's free, let's see how we can make it work for our department, so.
Can we rent the golf carts?
Travis?
That's a joke.
Maybe.
Maybe. So, great job, Sean, I was really impressed with that, so thank you. Anything else for the group?
That's all.
Alright, you guys are easy tonight. Let's see, Chief Rocky was gonna be out tonight. Solicitor, anything for the group tonight?
No report?
Travis, an update for the group?
Couple things, I attended the LGOC, the Local Government Officials Conference last week. They had some good classes. It's not one I go to every year, it's mandated for the fiscal officers, but, you know, I was looking at the agenda this year, and I did not go to the Ohio City Managers Conference, so I went up for this. Something that I think a lot of villages are not aware of yet, but, you know, they talked about the new process for village dissolution that every village will have to deal with after the next census. So legislation was passed at the state last year calling for this requirement that voters have to vote for whether they want to keep their village or not if there's two aspects that you have to qualify for to prevent from being on the ballot. One is that you have to fill every ticket. So if there are 4 council members running, you have to have 4 people listed on the ballot every time. And that, so that, from what I understand, that even would disqualify a write-in vote because their name isn't on the ballot. So, you know, as far as I know, Georgetown's met that requirement. I don't think we've had any elections where we didn't have at least the number of people running that were open seats, so that's good. But there are a lot of villages around that have had vacancies on their elections, so that's one. The other aspect is you have to have 5 key services, and if you fall below that, then you also get put on the ballot. And those 5 key services are police protection, fire protection, garbage collection, water service, sewer, EMS, road maintenance, some sort of park or recreation, some sort of human or social service, or a public library. We do not operate a public library, but obviously we have many more than the 5 required. So we will not have to deal with that, but we are required, following the next census, we have to file documentation to the county stating, you know, here's our proof that we've had these services and that we've had, you know, the minimum number of people on the ballot. So we'll be compiling that and submitting that. So then that gets reviewed by the county the county auditor, the county treasurer, and then one commissioner is chosen to be on that review board. So, but there will be villages that will then be placed on the ballot, and the voters will have to vote yes to dissolve or no to keep their villages. So, you know, it's one of those things, you know, there's discussions around the future, there may be joint fire district needs in the future. This kind of prevents that, you know, because the state would then say that if the voters are paying directly to the fire district, the village would not be providing that. So that takes away one of those 5 key elements. Another thing that's funny about that is they don't even list electric. That's our biggest service. So it just shows how out of touch the state reps are when they prepare this legislation. But anyway, that's something that we will have to deal with, even though currently we would not be in danger of that. I attended some other classes, one on performance audits. The state of Ohio offers a performance audit program. It's sort of like a consultancy where they do a full evaluation of the village to see if there's ways to streamline, you know, maybe looking at rates, number of employees. I don't think it's anything we need to do at this point. It might be something we want to entertain in the future. It's not cheap, but I think they do have a pretty high success rate of after the evaluation you recover the amount of cost over time because they help streamline. So that was interesting. We looked at LFSA requirements for firefighters, so I'm researching to make sure we're doing everything correctly with that, which I think we are, but there may be ways to streamline that further. To help maybe cut down on overtime expenses. AI productivity was a discussion, cybersecurity. I'll be working with Joe here over the next couple of months. We have to have a policy in place by July 1st. That's another requirement for the state, so we'll be getting that done. Playground equipment, we have the playground equipment being installed. It's pretty well in place. The concrete truck did back over our newly installed walk path and damaged that, so we'll have to have them repair that. But they did put some serious ruts in the new walk path, so that's frustrating. But the playground equipment's pretty well in place. We have all the stuff to put in the middle now, the canopy and the seating area for parents. So we'll get that up and then we'll get the sidewalk poured. Mowing bids were due by end of the day today. We did have quite a few mowing bids for the cemetery for this year, so we're happy that we have many more than we did last year. So we'll be reviewing those next week and hopefully getting some money in place to take care of the mowing. ACGP, the visitor center is progressing. This week they did put the environmental boreholes in to monitor the water, to test that, and then see how invasive this is going to be to get that behind us, but hopefully those samples will come back clear and we can move forward. Streetscape is still on schedule for April 13th. The detour will be put in place there on the north half of the square to start construction. So we're going to meet with Jurgensen and the inspector that week before the 13th to try to coordinate, and then they're going to go business to business and talk to each business center to make sure that they're aware that they're still on schedule. So that will be starting soon.
Do you know what that detour is gonna look like?
I don't know exactly. I mean, it'll be a pretty short detour around the block. I'm not sure how far I don't know if they'll go all the way down to the light, going north, probably. And I think that's all I have.
Any questions from this group?
The ruts and stuff they put in the park, did they like fill them in or rope them off for the night?
No, we're gonna have to make them cut it out to repair it, because otherwise it's just gonna hold it up.
Okay. But they did tear up the yard part too?
Not too bad. They
Oh,
just
okay.
put a rut on top of this blacktop.
Oh, on the blacktop, okay. Didn't know how much of a trip hazard it would be for
Yeah, I don't
somebody
think
trying to
it's
use the
much.
park tonight and tomorrow.
Right. It shouldn't be too much of a trip hazard.
All right, any other questions? Okay, I do actually have one thing that I forgot to put in general business, and that's the appointment of 2 people to the zoning appeals board. And Joe, I actually kind of forget how that process is. Just tell and then make a motion, or
Are they appointments that council confirms?
I do believe so, yes.
Yeah, you just need to submit their names and council votes to accept their appointments.
So we have two vacancies on the zoning board of appeals currently. One because Jay came to council, so we needed to fill his seat. And then another gentleman stepped down due to some health reasons, so I wanted to get these boards filled back up. And I do have 2 people specific for that board. Those 2 people are Keith Warner and Brian Botsave. Both here within the village, of course. I've had a conversation with each of them. Both are willing to take on that role. So
Keith Warner and
Keith Warner with an E, and then Brian Botsave. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, we certainly could entertain a motion to appoint both of those individuals to the board, correct? One motion, 2
Approve
people.
their appointment.
I would make a motion to appoint Keith Warner and Brian Godsave to those positions.
I'll second.
Councilmember Campbell's made the motion, provided Councilmember Baki providing the second. Any further discussion? If not, roll call please.
Mr. Campbell?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Keefe?
Yes.
Ms. Pringle?
Yes.
Mr. Baki?
Yes.
All right, thank you guys. That motion passes. I appreciate it. I do have 2 additional positions to fill on the zoning and planning commission as well. I've been working on that. I hope to have that filled by the next meeting, so anticipate those coming to the meeting next time. However, if you have anybody that you would like to see, you want me to have a conversation with, please let me know. All right, outside of that, I think that's it for tonight. Our next meeting will fall on April 9th here in the council chambers at 6 p.m. Is there anything additional that needs to come before council tonight? If not, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Councilmember Jones has made the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Second provided by Councilmember Campbell. All those in favor state so by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Meeting is now